You gonna get in there too?
Oh, sure. Yeah, see ya. See ya.
All right, I got it. Thank you so much, you guys, for coming into this video today. I have so much I want to tell you. I'm very happy and just in a joyful mood. You know, the new year. I'm sorry I didn't tell you guys. Well, I did tell you. I did tell you. Okay. Well, I'm gonna tell you again. Happy New Year. I hope you guys are making New Year's resolutions a permanent one. Okay. All right. I just want to take this moment to mention my Proud to Pay. And Proud to Pay is basically when you pay me how much you think I'm worth. I do not give you a price. You choose the price. All right. So if you're interested in your next event, please give me a shout out down below, message me. I have all the information you need that's needed to contact me below if you have any questions. Thank you so much. Love you. Well, I'm just gonna get right into it. So this wedding I did was great. I mean, it was one of those things that, you know, you learn from every time. And I feel like every time I do something like a session or a wedding or anything like that, I learn from it every time. So I got there 30 minutes early. I wanted to be able to see everything because especially when it's your first time there. When I got there, I saw the groom and he told me that the future wife is getting ready. So I want to be able to take those moments. I went straight upstairs, got the shooting. I started taking photos of her getting ready. I'm putting a necklace on, getting the bride ready and things like that. And those photos turned out so freaking good. So I used objects that were in the place already. I used her stuff, like I took photos of the bride's dress. I took photos of the flowers that she's gonna walk down the aisle. So I took photos of the maid of honor doing a little things like carrying the dress inside the room to the bride, and you know, people's reactions, they're putting a necklace on, the jewelry. I took photos of that stuff, and I feel like that is some of the important stuff, not just the ceremony. I mean, of course the ceremony is just as important, but those little things are good too, because the groom can't see her getting ready and putting on her necklace and her smile and all that before they get married. So when you think about when you take photos of people at their ceremony or their wedding particularly, you want to be able to show a story. And that's what I did. I started from the beginning of her getting ready, down to her dress, down to her jewelry, people's reactions, and her reaction when she first saw her dress on. I was really glad that I came 30 minutes early, just, you know, because she was already getting ready and stuff. So I wasn't able to miss any of that stuff. And then, you know, I took photos of her shoes, like putting on her shoes, her blue shoes. They were so pretty. You may not have time sometimes when you get there, even if you get there 30 minutes early, to scout the area. But while you're walking like through the area, or while you're even still taking photos, make sure you're like thinking ahead, like you're okay. You're like, okay, so I have to take photos. I have to do a session. I have to do a shoot with them, like a photo session with them, with the bride and groom. Where will I take their photos? You know what I mean? Or, you know, just scout out areas, plan ahead as you're there. You know what I mean? And sometimes, you know, you can also go see the location, like a week before or something like that, to go scout the area as well. I did a little Google search, so I was able to see some of the area, but I also wanted to be there to see the area. That's why I got there 30 minutes early. But that's okay. It all still turned out really good. Those photos turned out really, really good. So I wish I could be to two places at once, but unfortunately I can't. But I did go down, so I'm running around my head off, obviously. So as I'm trying to make sure I get every shot of everything, right? So I go downstairs, I take photos of the groom after I'm done with her. And I'm also going up and down the stairs as well, in between taking shots of her, just because of the fact that I gotta make sure I get the room, I gotta make sure I get the groom. And I don't wanna miss anything downstairs too, because people could also be setting up downstairs and all of that too. I feel like the most important parts though are taking photos of the groom before they see each other. So I took photos of him touching his clothes and like just buttoning up his stuff. And then when I got upstairs, when it was time for them to come downstairs, and a few minutes before it was time, I got shots of them, did a little, not a few minutes before, but eventually I took photos of them outside, you know, the groom and the best man and his friend. And then also I took photos of him by himself, the groom by himself in this chair. Like I said, use supplies, use things that are in the area, like in the building, in those particular situations, because I was was able to take a really nice photo of him in his chair. They turned out really good. The light was hitting him perfectly. It was like a one side bright and one side dark. It set the mood perfectly. So I took photos of that, and then just a little bit of him with his best man, his brother. So after I did that, it was like showtime. I went upstairs to the bride. Yeah, I took photos of them coming down the stairs and coming outside. Kept going back and forth with my camera as she was walking down the aisle because I wanted to be able to capture the reaction of the groom as she was walking down the aisle with her father. And I felt like that was important because, you know, you ever see on the internet of the groom crying or the groom's reaction, those are important because you want to be able to capture those. So I captured a couple photos of those, and I just kept going back and forth. You know, it was nice to see her and her dad walk down the aisle too. You know, those is important too. And then I did get a couple photos. I did get a couple photos of his reaction for the first time of him seeing her in the dress. Now it's like getting the most important parts of the kiss, and he got on his knee to say his vows. That was so nice. I captured her doing her vows. I feel like vows is like a point where you feel like, okay, this is how I deeply feel about you. I feel like words can't explain how emotional it is for a bride and groom and their vows. It's a beautiful thing to see, and to be able to capture those moments for people means a lot for me. I really love what I do. I really, really do. Sincerely love what I do, and I hope that people see them in my photos because I really want every emotion that's been set from the beginning to the end of these photos and videos, of these photos to show what I see and things that people missed that were like, oh my goodness, I didn't realize that happened. So I hope when people get my photos, they see that reaction, and a lot of people say they love them. So I'm very blessed to be able to provide something like that to people, and it's only going up from here. But anyway, let me get back to the wedding. So I was there for probably like 6 hours. So I did everything. I did the photo shoot for them after the ceremony. I did their photos. They were so nice, and he was smiling and she was smiling. They were so happy. You could see it in the photos how happy they were. And I got some group photos of them and her and his family, and her and his family, well, now their family, together with them as husband and wife. And then eventually, it was the reception. I took photos of people, their reaction to seeing them, and them being together and dancing their dance. I took photos of that, and then they each had something to say. I took photos of those, and she made a shout out. Listen, I feel like I love the small things, okay? I love the small things. So she did a shout out saying, thank you to the photographer for coming. She did not have to do that, and I loved that because it really, it's more than just a job. So when people notice that it's more than just a job, it's also like I feel like photographers put so much heart and soul into these photos, and sweat and tears, you know what I mean? Because we really care. We really want these to be great, and we work really hard to give you the best photos. They turned out really beautiful, and I'm really excited to show you guys, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, subscribe, check out my Instagram, Natalie Guidry Photography. Check out those, see what you think, like them, follow the page. And this is it, and I love you guys very much. I appreciate you, all the hard work. Keep doing you, grow, and if you're also looking at being a photographer, it's a beautiful thing to do, and I highly recommend, obviously. All right, well, I love y'all.